Initiated in 2002, the Clark County Spirit Awards, presented at the State of the County address, focus on volunteers working to better our community. The address was held on February 2nd at Washougal High School. The three winners from this year's program are the Veterans Assistance Center, the Klineline Kids Fishing Event, and Joan Caley.
The community itself probably doesn't know that much benefit, but if they weren't there, they would know the void. So what I ask people is to look for that void in your community or in your neighborhood and say, how could we fix that little niche? And who knows, you may get a Spirit of the County Award.
The following were honored from this year's program. Since its dedication last May, the Clark County Veterans Assistance Center has served hundreds of local veterans. The center is staffed by more than 40 volunteers who serve 600 to 800 hours each month and provide a welcoming and understanding environment for veterans.
I'm also a life member and chaplain for the Vietnam Veterans of America, and we've made the vow that the young men and women coming back today are going to get a welcome. They're going to get a thank you. Our motto is, never again will one generation of veterans abandon another.
Volunteers also worked with community partners to arrange a 3-day all-expense-paid hunting and fishing trip for 30 local veterans.
When I got there, we were a little concerned that we had 3 different sort of generations. We had, Iraq and Afghanistan vets, we had Korean vets, and we had Cold War vets, non-combat vets, and then we had the Vietnam vets. And it wasn't one day into the hunt, I walked through the foyer of the lodge, and in every little seat there were 2 people there, one Vietnam vet and one Iraq or Afghanistan vet talking. So get a little choked up about that because that's what it was all about.
Another award went to the annual Klineline Kids Fishing Event.
Thank you for this.
About 1,500 kids were excited to participate in the outing that took place last April.
In the process of the budget reductions with the state budget, our ability to fund this project has decreased significantly. So the only way that this project could continue was for the community to come together. And so now we have a combination of partnerships with Clark County, the City of Vancouver, as well as numerous volunteers that either provide volunteer hours to make it happen or financial contributions to sponsor kids, plus purchase the equipment that's necessary for the event to take place.
After receiving fishing gear and a t-shirt, kids teamed up with their parents, guardians, or volunteers to try their hand at the sport. The fish they caught were cleaned and bagged for kids to take home. Numerous prizes were awarded for the biggest fish caught, and 12 kids received bicycles.
The 3 days that we put 2,500 rods and reels together, it takes 50 people a day from 4 hours to put 2,500 rods and reels together, and we've done it, and we'll continue to do it.
The event mobilized hundreds of volunteers from Clark County Juvenile Court, local labor organizations, Salmon Creek Lions Club, Clark County Fire District 6, and several other fishing groups.
The overwhelming response from our youth that are going there as a community service project is hugely positive. They enjoy not only, number one, seeing the youth out there catching the fish and enjoying the day out there, they also really get a charge out of working with the other volunteers out there, and I think that's a really important thing. They get to see their community members, taking their time out of their day to do something that's positive for their community.
The final award went to Joan Caley. Joan has volunteered her time and talent on the Public Health Advisory Council since it was formed in 2003. During her 2 terms as council chair, she helped the council to better represent the many interests and concerns of Clark County citizens related to health.
I'm really connected and involved in our community. My background is I'm a nurse. I'm a community health nurse specialist by background. So I actually believe that we can all make a difference in our own community.
Under her leadership, the council identified priorities such as protecting Clark County's groundwater, improving immunization rates, and planning our communities to improve the health of our residents. In addition to her work with public health, Joan has been an active volunteer with the Share Board and was recently named the 2011 Emily Marshall Volunteer of the Year.
I was on the SHARE board for 9 years. The last couple of years I was president of the SHARE board, and we have term limits on that board, so a year ago I was term limited off. Fabulous opportunity to work with SHARE and with trying to improve the situation for homeless individuals and families in our community.
For their services as volunteers who donate their time, talent, and expertise to serve the public. The Clark County Spirit Award winners are this month's Our Personal Best.